Just as I walk to the door, I can feel your emotion. It's pulling me back, back to love you. I know. Caught up in the middle, I cry just a little when I think of letting go. Oh no, gave up on the riddle. I cry just a little when he plays piano in the dark. That is one of my favorite lines from a movie called, not a movie, from a song called Piano in the Dark. And I thought it was very fitting for today's conversation because today we have a question, right? Let's go get our question. We have an Aquarius question from a meme that someone sent us. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to do the introduction, and then I'm going to read this meme and explain to you what it has to do with the line I just kicked. Okay? Hey guys, it's me. It's QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody that you think may like it too. Also, please leave us a positive comment in the comment section and stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read 2 positive comments and respond, and one of them could be yours. Also, oh guys, check out this beautiful crown. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And they're free. Look how it sparkle. I don't know who sent it. Somebody out there, one of you beautiful people, looked under the video and got to my Amazon wish list. Okay, underneath this video, my wish list is there, my Patreon, my personal information if you would like to get a reading done, all that is underneath the video. So one of you went underneath the video, got out my Amazon wish list, and sent me this beautiful rose gold colored crown, which was really cool because I had jewelry to match. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do the rose gold today. And so I want to thank you, right? But whoever sent it didn't send a note. So it came in a package and there was no note. So I don't know who sent it, but whoever you are, please let me know that it was you. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I love it. It is really pretty. I love the colors and it looks awesome. You guys know I love these crowns and I can't wear these outside. I can only wear them when it's me and you, okay? Everybody else will think I'm crazy. All right, so let's do it. Here's our Aquarius meme, right? I'm gonna read it first. Aquarius problems. One of my biggest problems is that I'm constantly torn between cutting people off, ghosting them, and being patient with them. Sometimes it's hard to tell who you have to go through a storm with in order to see the sunshine, and who's just toxic and not meant to be in your life. Now, as an Aquarius, I can definitely say this is one of our biggest problems, some of us anyway. And the reason why I say this is because after you've gotten into a relationship with a person, Aquarius, sometimes you might feel this way. I'm going to tell you guys about me. Sometimes I'm in a relationship with a person or have been in a relationship with a person and everything is going okay, you know, and there's some things we need to work on, or we are working on, I should say. And it kills me because it's like, do I be patient and keep working on this? Or do I kick them to the curb? You know, we go through that sometimes because Aquarius are known. First of all, we don't want to commit to the wrong person. It's not that we don't want to commit, but most of us have made that mistake and would rather not make it again. So we're very cautious with that commitment word, okay? So the problem comes in is that, okay, do I commit? I'm stuttering over it. I can't even say the word. Like, do I commit or do I leave this person alone? Do I say, okay, for example, I have a client. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Aquarius client. My Aquarius client is very much in love with her husband. all right? Very much in love with her husband, but they really need to go to couples therapy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because every time they fight wrong. There's a way to fight your lover, okay? And I'm going to tell you something about this because I see this a lot and it makes me very sad. There's a way to fight your lover. You don't put your lover down, ever. You don't say things about your lover that are degrading or demeaning or harmful to them. Oh, I was just mad, or we were just having an argument. You never do that. You never forget that the person that you're arguing with is a person that you love. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect with this, and this is with anybody you love, not just your lover. But I'm not saying you're going to be perfect, but for the most part, this is a rule that you should add into your spirit. Okay, you shouldn't be cussing them out, tearing them down, calling them out their names. You ain't never gonna be shit. Things along those lines. So anyway, her and her lover some of the times get into that. They get into fighting ugly. One person gets wounded, then they try to hurt the other person, and they go back and forth at each other. So I told her, what you guys need is communication. Y'all need to learn how to fight or how to talk things out. But if you are going to fight, how to fight clean. There's certain things that you can learn in, couples workshops about arguing or about, I would rather discuss things, but some couples do get into arguing. Arguing as a couple is not the end of the world. It's, again, how you argue. So if you're going back and forth about something that you're disagreeing with, but you're talking about the issue, you're still respecting each other, you're still listening to each other, you might be able to do it that way. But my thing is that a lot of times when you go to these couples therapy sessions, they'll help you with that, especially if you go somewhere that's particularly geared towards that. So my Aquarius and her husband need to do this, okay? So we're talking about this going back and forth. And the Aquarius said to me, because I was talking to her about it, and she said to me, do I do the therapy? Do I make him or beg him or encourage him to go? Or do I just say, you know what, since this is what it is, I'm going to leave this alone? Aquarius go through this a lot because the question is it going to work? Or is this situation just too toxic to fix? And I think other people go through this question too, not just Aquarius. But for Aquarius, I think we come to this faster than other people. Aquarius, I think we are ready to leave. I really believe we often in a relationship have 1 foot in and 1 foot out until we truly commit to that person. Once we commit to that person, we're in. Oh, are we in? Those of us that are in, you know what it means like to be in, We're in it. We're sometimes, I told you before, we can even be clingy. We're in it. But most of the time, we're not in it. 1 foot is in and 1 foot is out. So the question then becomes, do I go to therapy with this person? Do I work on the relationship with this person? Do I put all this effort into this person? Or do I just leave? Do I just ghost? Do I just disappear? And we're often torn between these two things, especially when we're in that phase where 1 foot is in and 1 foot is out. Now, when we get into the phase of we have committed, we're a little bit deeper into the rabbit hole by then. So we don't constantly go between this back and forth unless it's important. But when you're in that ambivalent space and you're in Aquarius, you will constantly wonder, should I stay or should I go? Okay? Constantly, should I work on this or should I leave? Will this change? Because the chances, one thing about me, guys, I know the chances of something changing. Okay, change is constant, right? Change can happen. I agree with that. But a lot of people choose not to change. I have sat back. I'm 45 years old. And I've been sitting back waiting for certain people to change since I was a child. And those people did not change. Some people have changed tremendously. I talked to one of my uncles and he was so proud to tell me that he had stopped drinking. I thought my uncle was going to drink himself into the ground. And he was so proud to tell me how it's been 15, 16 years. It's been a long time. And he was telling me how long it's been. I forgot the amount of years, it was so many. And he was like, I stopped drinking. And he was so proud to tell me that. So some people do change. And that's why the Aquarius is constantly stuck with this, because you're stuck between the optimism of this could change and the other hand, And I'm going to say this, Aquarius. This is how I gauge it. I gauge it by how toxic is the behavior. If it's a really toxic behavior, such as an abusive behavior or as in just bad energy, and I can tell the other person is not working on it. See, the biggest way for me to give up on someone is for me to see them not working on it. If I see them putting in no effort at all, I will eventually always give up, because the bottom line is that if they're not putting in effort today, the behaviors are going to still be present tomorrow. So in that case, Aquarius, I'm with you on that one. That's the time when you should leave. I don't recommend ghosting though. I'm going to tell you something. I'm the one Aquarius who will probably tell you that I do not recommend ghosting. Why? Because I've ghosted. I've ghosted time and time again. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't really think much of it, to be honest with you. It was just, I didn't want to be bothered with the person anymore. Whatever had happened between us, I was good. Okay. But I did learn from people who've been ghosted how painful it is to them. And they're just like, I just want the person to say something. So the one thing I've learned is don't ghost. Just say goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to talk to them, send them an email, send them a text message. A lot of people might not like that. They'd be like, oh, you could at least tell me in person. If you feel like you're in danger, or if you feel like this person is going to be overly dramatic, there's nothing wrong with telling them in a text message or an email or something like that. But say something, Aquarius. Try to come away from ghosting. Aquarius, if you're still ghosting, let's as a collective try to come away from ghosting and just say goodbye. It's the same thing, Aquarius, except for you said something. That's the only difference. And that could be your message. Deuces. Goodbye. That could be your goodbye right there. Doesn't have to be long and drawn out, Aquarius. We don't need a paragraph or a poem or a soliloquy, Just say goodbye. All right. So that's my thing. And when should you be patient with a person, Aquarius? We should be patient with a person when they're showing us continuous effort. Seriously. When they're showing effort and they're trying, we should definitely be patient in those cases. Especially, like I said, if it's consistent. If they're getting up trying but not quite making a grade, and it's something that's not toxic, not abusive. Like, for example, if your love language is acts of service and your lover is not speaking to you in your love language and you've addressed it and nothing has really changed, right? And then you say it again and then your lover tries, bit by bit, they try. That right there, those little tries, just trying to do a little something or say a little something, those little tries are enough, Aquarius, for us to be patient with them if they're really sincerely trying. Okay? And that's my bottom line to it. If they're not sincerely trying, then you're wasting your time with them. But I feel like that's where the patience is. And I'm not saying that your patience will not run thin, even if they are being consistent. I'm just saying that kind of person, to me, is worth it. It's worth me hanging in there if you're really sincerely doing the work. You're going to therapy. You're doing the journaling. You're changing your behavior. You're changing how you talk. You're changing your communication. And it could be over a period of 6 months or a year. Maybe it's not a fast thing, but they're constantly working on it. That I can hang in there for. But I can't hang in there if I don't see consistency. If they just try once a week, you got to try with me every day. I need to see every day that you're working on what we said we're going to work on. So that's my thing, Aquarius. You tell me what you think, Aquarius. How do you deal with knowing when it's time to be patient, Aquarius? Please let us know so we can all talk about it in the comment section. Now, my first positive comment came from Ashley Holly. Hey, Ashley, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Ashley said, let me see. It depends. Oh, I asked a question. This is funny, y'all. I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes. I asked a question the other day, and I said, who's more dangerous, Aquarius or Scorpio? Okay? And the answers will surprise you. But Ashley said, it depends. When a Scorpio or Aquarius is in a negative state, they are both dangerous. Very true. As a Libra, I've been able to reason with Aquarius at least. Scorpio won't listen until the damage is done. Oh, wow. Till the damage is done. Okay. You're a Libra? Oh, I love Libras. You guys are my favorite. All right. So, I agree with you. We can both be dangerous. Negative people of any sign can be dangerous. You don't want to mess with a negative anybody, seriously. But you're right about that. And can you reason with the Scorpio? I've never tried to reason with the Scorpio. My daughter is a Scorpio, and I've had to reason with her, but I mean like in a different relationship or capacity, not really. Usually when Scorpios get out of control, I just leave them alone. I just flee. I'm really quick to flee somebody acting crazy, acting emotional, acting moody, acting iffy, dark, anything that makes me uncomfortable, I'm quick to flee. So I've never experienced that before, but I will take your word for it, Ashley. It seems like it would be difficult. Our next comment is from Gaga50. Gaga50, okay. I'm an Aquarius dating a Gemini. I've never really been in a relationship with a Gemini. I see he's my soulmate. Ah, okay. He's also my daughter's father. Oh, that's awesome. Periodically, he comes back into my life. Why? Because you let him. You let him. After 20 plus years, he's back again. But he has a girlfriend of 8 years. But there's things I don't like, the two faces he has. Well, first of all, the men and women, they come back because you let them. Okay? In general, whoever he's been with for the past 8 years, maybe he's getting bored, or maybe she was mad at him that night. You know, it could be any small thing to make a person hit you up. But the point of the matter is that I wouldn't mess with somebody who's in a relationship with somebody else. Because if a person is in a relationship with somebody else and they're willing to entertain you, that means that when they're with you, they may be willing to entertain others. So that shows right there a lack of integrity. Also, on top of everything else, you said that he's two-faced it. And after 20 plus years, like, nah, I wouldn't even go there with him. Unless he's trying to come back correct, you know, saying to you, like, you know, I really want to see you. Okay, well, you can see me, but you need to stop being in a relationship. Let that air out some. Then holler at me, okay? Because otherwise you're going to put yourself into a situation that you're in a love triangle. And I hate love triangles. I've been in them before, and I will not do it again. I hate love triangles. And it's always sad and negative and cryptic and ugh. So nah, don't do that to yourself. Tell him that you're not interested in anybody else's man and keep it pushing. All right? All right, guys, it's time for us to get going. But you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.